Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a prototype flashlight to show you. So this is from Dapper Designs. If you guys know Dapper Designs, they are the people behind the Ion series of flashlights. Both the original smaller one that I have absolutely raved about over the years, and the Ion X, which was the larger one. This is their new Duo flashlight, and essentially it is two flashlights that magnetize together and have slightly different functions. Now, they are coming out with basically updated prototypes, which hopefully I'll be able to check out, and those are going to be slightly different, I think. So there's going to be some changes, but I wanted to kind of show you a work in progress sort of thing. And I believe they have a Kickstarter up right now for the Duo, but they were talking about possibly removing that one and putting a new one up once they get the new prototypes. But either way, it may be available right now on Kickstarter. It may not, but it will be a bit different than what you see here. And that's only for the better. So if you backed it already or you're planning to back it, just know it's going to be better than this. And this is already very cool, in my opinion. Now, there are some give and takes here, right? Because you have two flashlights that are kind of magnetized together. So, obviously, there's questions there. Am I supposed to carry this like this? What is the deal, right? So, they both have pocket clips. So, you can clearly separate these and carry them as separate units, right? Technically, you could buy this and then give one light to somebody else, keep the other light. You get two flashlights for the, for the price of one, essentially, right? Where I think the magnetizing and the two clip thing comes in handy is, let's say you're going on a camping trip or you keep it in the car or something like that. You now have a lot of options, right? If you're camping, maybe, you need something that has a little bit more of a up close kind of range, or you need something that throws a little more. You now have both of those options here, and you can separate, take the one you need, right? You could put this in a go bag or something like that, and you have those options. I think that's really cool in a car, right, etc. This is very reminiscent of what we saw from Ace Beam with the M1, M2 Terminator series, and we just saw Woobin do it with the L1, I believe it was called, and that one kind of had a swivel head with two different emitters on it. Now, this prototype is actually not quite like a flutter and a thrower. That's what I thought it was. But when I went and did the testing, which you'll see beam testing at the end of this video, if you're interested, I'll put the timestamp somewhere. You can jump ahead and then come back, whatever you want to do. But these are both pretty throwy lights. Now, they both have good spill, so they're both good for all situations, honestly. I did talk to Dapper Designs, and they are changing things a little bit. I'm not sure how far they're going to go, but they are making the angle a little bit more aggressive on this one so that it throws more, and then this one will be a little bit more of that up close kind of floody deal. So that was their plan. I did talk to them and say, hey, you know what would be really cool? If you had the super good throwy flashlight and then the other one was like a triple emitter setup and you had a really floody light. That would be sick, right? I don't know if they'll do that. I'm just telling you what we talked about. But either way, they're trying to give it more of a separation because right now they're both really good throwers. They're good in general up close too because of the spill, but there's not that much of a difference, right? It's more about the different emitter inside that could, change your thought process. And I had that information for these prototypes, and I apologize. I got distracted here. Let me go back through. So I know one of these is an SST20 flashlight, or sorry, beam. So SST20 luminous, he said, for the wide light, 5000K, and then a Cree XP-G4 for the other emitter. Now, the way I see it is this one must be the, this one right here must be the Cree, and then this one is the SST20, although this seems like way more than 5K. It seems closer to 6, but I don't know. So it's one or the other. I'm not positive which one's which, but those are the two emitters. If you know emitters, that might help you determine which is which there. You know what I mean? You can see them down in there. This one's quite a bit bigger. I think this is the SST20 in my opinion. And maybe their 5K just looks a little bit cooler, you know? Anyway, so that's what's in there. And then the way it's attached is by magnet. You can see one of them's missing here. Again, this is just a prototype. And essentially they are updating this. They're gonna make it where the magnets are flippable and they're kind of held in by a plate or something. So you'll be able to actually take that out, flip the magnets over, because they're gonna be selling the pieces separately as well. So let's say you bought this one and then you bought that one. Well, what if the polarity's wrong? You know, you didn't buy it as a set. Well, now you can't do anything. They won't go together. So they're making it where you can flip those over. Polarity can be switched so that you can connect things. I did tell them I think it would be cool if they put a little notch somewhere and a little track so that they actually like stay together, because I noticed the one time I was walking around my house with them, I was going to push the button and I slid this one down and it actually broke free of the magnet and hit the ground and skidded. So, you know, if you're holding it a certain way and you push, right, that can happen. Now, regardless, they're making the magnets stronger. They're already pretty strong, but they're making them stronger regardless. Whether they add that little extra security as well is TBD, but hopefully they do that too. It would be cool. You have USB-C charging right here, so that's nice and easy. And yeah, that's pretty much an overview of what's going on here. You have some heat, kind of dissipation, heat sink type stuff going on here, and just design aesthetic so you can get a good grip. They're not your traditional cylinder shaped, you know, flashlight, but they are comfortable in the hand, quite comfortable in the hand. I've had no issue with hot spots or anything like that. I've enjoyed holding them in almost any grip. So really cool in that sense. And think about it, you have magnets. So, you know, you could take your refrigerator or something and you could magnetize this on. You have magnets down here and up here. So you could kind of, you could do whatever you needed to do. I took a magnet out. That's funny. Again, remember, prototypes. I could probably glue that back in myself, but let's see if I can just push it in. This, I think, is one reason why they were going to put a plate over top. Let's see if I can get that to come back out, because that wasn't going in there straight, I don't think. There it goes. All right. See if I can get that in there a little straighter. Oh, goodness. That's the one thing with magnets. Guess what? They stick to stuff. No. Oh, come on, cat. All right, let's try this again. Let me turn this around. Yes, perfect. All right. Oh, this way. There we go. Drag. All right, got it. Okay, sorry about that. I was just trying to show you what you could do with magnets, and, well, there you go. So, yeah, overview. Again, if you look at the emitter setup, the bezel setup or whatever, this one has a smooth finished reflector. So this one's going to have more of a hot spot and spill. You're going to see it, I guess, more is what I'm trying to say. Oops. So you see that dedicated, that really aggressive hot spot, nice spill. And because it's so smooth, it even has this ring around the outside, kind of like how my CWF mini arc does that, right? Now this one has a orange peel reflector, so it's going to be a little less aggressive in that sense. You still get a really good hot spot and spill, but I would say it's a little cleaner but it travels a little further, so you get a little less throw, and you don't get that ring. It's just a little less floody, right? Better for up close, and I think that was kind of the idea. This one's meant to be your around the house type light, and this one's meant to be your outdoor type light. Okay, so functionality, as far as I know, you can't program these, but they come with the standard Dapper Design UI setup, which I think is a fantastic way to set up a flashlight. Honestly, I don't need more than what they give you here. So from off, you have a single tap that does nothing, okay? So that's good because you can't accidentally turn the flashlight on and blind somebody with just a tap, right? You have to know what you're doing, okay? So single tap does nothing. Double tap gives you moonlight mode. Now, cool thing about Dapper Designs UI is their moonlight mode has 3 settings. So you get ultra moonlight, medium moonlight, and sorry, this one is ultra moonlight. I mean, that is sublumin right there. Then you have, so you basically have a low, medium, high with moonlight. How cool is that? I think that's freaking genius, if you ask me. All right, so you have that. And then, oh, I lost it again. All right, I'm just going to set it aside for now because I'm going to keep doing that. I'll glue it. So you have 3 moonlight modes. Then if you hold, so that was a double tap to get to moonlight, right? And then hold to turn off. If you hold, you get regular flashlight mode, right? And you get 3 modes again. You get low, medium, and high. Sorry, you get 4. So you get low, medium, high, and turbo, we'll call it, okay? So you don't get a traditional turbo mode, right? Does that make sense? Like, yes, you can double tap, and it'll go back to a moonlight, actually, and double tap, and it'll go back to your normal modes. But that's not taking you to turbo. Does that make sense? Like, most people would think double tap to turbo. That doesn't work with this. So you have moonlight and regular modes. Then you have strobe. You get your usual strobe mode, right? And that's it. There's no SOS or anything like that. At least that I can find. And then you have lockout, which I think is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did that. Oh, see how it blinked? It turned green there. Now the flashlight does not work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it flashes, and it does come on when it unlocks. Some people don't like that, but I do like that. Off. So that is how that operates. And again, same exact setup on this one. But you have a different emitter, right? You can tell it's locking. And you can tell it's unlocked because it turns on. So there you go. That's how those work. Again, we can kind of just look at the beams. We're going to go through this in the beam shot footage, so I don't want to go too far with this. Sorry. So let's find low. This is low with this one. Medium. High. Turbo. Good amount of lumens you'll see outside. I think they did a great job with their choice there. Low, medium, high, turbo. Nice and bright, nice and clear. Some people will remember that on the Ion X, the large Ion X, there was some greenish tint to the emitter. I talked to Dapper Design about that. They said that was their fault. So they corrected. I mean, that's not happening again, is what they told me. And yeah, as far as I can tell, these are both fantastic I'm not seeing any issues. Yeah, I'd probably like something a little bit warmer here, but this is meant to be your outdoor throwing light, and it's really good at that. You'll see when I do the beam shot footage. So I think it's cool to have a warmer and a cooler light. Even if they're both throwy, it kind of is really good. One around the house, one outside, you know. And you can keep it in your truck or wherever like this, you know. Or you can do whatever you want with it, but... so yeah, that is the Dapper Design Duo flashlight. And I think this is a really cool idea. Do I think it's a finished product? No, and I don't think these prototypes are finished. And that's why they're doing a second round of prototypes. I saw renderings. They look way better. They've improved aesthetics. They've improved a lot of things. So... stay tuned for more about the Dapper Design Duo. Let me know your thoughts, what you think. I know some people are immediately going to say that's gimmicky. And while in a sense I agree, they are completely separable. You can take them apart and then use one flashlight or the other. And I think that is the genius part, because... with those other ones I mentioned, like the Ace Beam, it's so big and bulky that I would never carry it. Where with this, I could at least carry one of these, right? So for the people out there that are not like me, that are not buying custom flashlights left and right and have a whole collection of stuff, for the people who want a really good flashlight option to use... and don't want to spend a boatload of money on a bunch of different lights, it's a really good system if you think about it. It covers your bases. They're good. So, dem's my thoughts. I'll put a link down below to whatever I can. If there is the Kickstarter still active, I'll put that down there. If you want to check out the Dapper Design website, I do have a discount code. It is down. It'll be right in the description down there. And that'll actually save you, I think, 5% off whatever on the site. I highly recommend the Ion, the smaller one, if they have it in stock and you haven't tried the titanium Ion. 650 lumens out of a thing this big and like this thick. It's a little just beautiful EDC flashlight. But yeah, anyway... that's it. Shout out to Dapper Designs. I truly appreciate them sending me these to check out. I love that kind of stuff. And I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later. Oh yeah, beam shot footage right now. Hey guys, Kev here. And I got the Duo from Dapper Designs. So we got the dual flashlight set up. We have the one with the warmer emitter, the one with the cooler emitter. We have one with orange peel and one with a smooth reflector. So we should have a little bit more flood out of that orange peel and a little bit more throw out of the smooth one. And then we'll have the different temperatures. Now, of course, I can't tell which is which right now, but let's just go to work. Double tap for on. All right, we are on a low mode on this guy, which looks to be okay. So this one down here, the white one, is the orange peel, and it has the warmer emitter, so good to know. All right, so the smooth reflector is what we're working on now, and I do hope they add some kind of feature that actually connects the magnets and then locks in place, because earlier I went to push this and I pushed the whole flashlight down and it fell onto the ground and skidded. Not out here, it was indoors luckily, but that could be an issue. So here we go, moonlight mode. Pretty dim. I mean, I wouldn't really consider it. Yeah, it's pretty moonlighty. I could stare right at it. So there's that. Man, I'm so afraid to drop it again. All right, here is, does that change anything? Oh, I have it in moonlight settings. So that's right. They have 3 moonlight settings. That's strobe, obviously. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm still learning. I'll know all this for the video you've already seen. But for me right now, I am learning. All right. This is our throwy light. So this is on low. Not low moonlight, just low. And yeah, doing a good job covering the yard pretty well. Very softly, and you can see that beam hitting that tree. Let's bump it up. There we go. Now this has some circlage around the outside. You see that? Corona, or what do they call that? Where you have the hot spot, you have spill, and then there's circles around it. I forget what they call that. It's not Corona, that's inside, but whatever. You get the point. Damn, look at that. Whole yard lit up, really nice. Tree lit up. See if we can cross the street. Yeah, I mean, we're hitting that house over there. We're hitting the trees. Can't quite hit the trees in the back, but it's close. We can go up one more. Look at that. Now we're hitting those trees in the back. This tree, that house again. This tree is completely enveloped. Whole front yard. Excellent. And you can definitely see that hot spot. And then the spill, right? And then you have that kind of circle around it, which is fine. It doesn't bother me. But that's nice, man. Oh, and there's another. Holy cow. Gets brighter. Look at that. That whole house is basically lit up over there. Those trees up there are completely lit up. Look at that. That's throwing all the way to my neighbor's trees across the cul-de-sac. That's insane. So there you go. That is the throwy one. Let's check out the other one. All right, let's see what happens. These are regular modes, not moonlight this time. All right, there's 4 modes for each. Got it. Okay. So here we go. Looking at the yard. Nice. Looks good. Just hitting the tree. Nothing crazy. Bumping it up. And you can see, I guess, yeah, it's a little less of a hot spot. You don't have that extra ring around the outside because this one's orange peeled. So I guess it removes that possibility. I don't know. But you're still seeing a hot spot. We'll see how far it travels at least. So right here, we're hitting the tree, no problem. We are crossing the street with this one as well. I'm trying to understand the difference. I thought one would be more floody and one would be more throwy. But so far, they're both pretty stellar when it comes to being throwy. I guess we're getting a little less. I mean, yeah, it's hitting that house over there. Jeez. I guess we're getting a little less throw here. And we're hitting those trees over there. Let's try one more. Yeah, look at that, dude. They both are... I don't understand that. Okay. It is less of a hot spot. It's just not like super floody or anything. Interesting. All right. Well, you will have learned more in the review than I can tell you now. So thanks for checking it out. Big shout out to Dapper Designs for letting me check these out. I'm going to get these back to them. These are a prototype. And I love you guys. Hope you have a great day. Check out the Kickstarter. Peace.